Did you accept this pay raise that the Republicans were also intending to go to town on? Do you take your full congressional pay?
No, I don't take my full congressional pay, that number one. And Norm, how long have you been an inside the Beltway think tanker? I mean, people of America want to know that their congressmen are out there dealing with everyday life just like they are. And I would say that the reason Congress passed...
Are you dealing with everyday life just like they are?
I'm doing my best, and
most of your colleagues?
I'd be happy to show you my balance sheet.
I believe you are, and I believe just as most of your colleagues are. They go home every weekend. They work 18-hour days, 7 days a week, going home every weekend, leaving their families in one place or the other, missing out either being with them on weekends or being with their kids during the week,
Norman, I would
trying
say that
to get
right
the finger on what's going on back home.
Norman, I would say you're right for the large majority of the members of Congress, but the fact of the matter is there's a big segment of Congress, the people who are in power in the Congress, who don't do what you're just saying.
You're just trying to cynically exploit that for your own advantage and for partisan advantage.
Who are in comfortable districts, who take advantage of the system and use it. And those are the people that need to be pointed out. Those are the people that we need to disclose. I mean, look at the list. I mean, you don't see any freshman members on that list. You don't see any second or third or fourth term members. I mean, these are senior members who have it good. And those are the people who control the power in this institution, and those are the people who need to be exposed to what they're doing.
Let's go back to the election process. The voters do have a chance every 2 years to decide who goes back to Congress. You mentioned that you're opposed to term limitations. You'd like to see the voters do it without a term limitations process.
Absolutely.
What's the history of voters responding to this kind of an issue in just that way?
Of responding to a scandal?
That's right.
Well, you can go back and find instances where it resulted in large numbers of people defeated, and you can find more instances where that specifically didn't do it.
Let's
we
look
tend
at
to have
a combination of what we have now. We've got redistricting, we've got a throw the rascals out mentality that is prevalent out there. You've got the scandal, and you've got a tough economic situation.
That's right.
What would you predict would be the results in terms of number of House members that will be changed in the 1992 election?
One other thing we got to add in here, John. We've got 8 months until the election, and a lot of things will happen between now and then.
You think they're going to forget it?
Well, 8 months ago, George Bush was at 80% in the polls. Now he's at 35%. So a lot can change. But I think we're going to see significant numbers of incumbents defeated for that whole complex of reasons. What does that mean? I'd say probably 30, 35, maybe 40 altogether. We're going to see 100 to 125 new members of the House. Since you have turnover every 2 years, if you have even a 10% turnover every 2 years, you're going to have half the institution new every decade. There aren't very many institutions that have that much turnover.
Any impact on the presidential race?
It's having an impact already. It's good news for Jerry Brown and for other outsiders. It's not going to be good news for George Bush to have this kind of a pall cast on Washington any more than it is for the leaders in both parties in Congress.
Well, I guess the last question to Mr. Santorum. Do you agree with Norm Ornstein here that by any standards of plushness, the plush life in the White House is plusher than the plush life, allegedly plush life in Congress?
Well, I haven't really been to the White House on very rare occasions. I'm not too sure I can make any comment on that. You know, I don't stand here and maintain that the Congress has a quote plush life, but we have some house cleaning we have to do.
All right, thanks a lot, Mr. Santorum, coming to us from Pittsburgh. Thank you, Norm Ornstein, from here inside the Beltway. And John Sununu and I will talk a little bit in just a moment.
Also inside the Beltway.